Welcome back to the Audi, where we are getting the main pack into the back there. We're getting that fitted. We're going to get it wired up to the front to the other packs. And so we have a full 388 volts in the high voltage junction box, so we can finally go for another spin. If you haven't seen this before and you're wondering what the hell's going on, we're taking this 1993 Audi 80 Avant 2 litre 16 valve. We've taken its petrol guts out, fuel lines, fuel tank, everything gone, and we replaced it with 2012 Leaf motor and inverter and a 2015 24 kilowatt pack. And we're at the point now where we're pretty much ready to roll for a second proper run on its full voltage. So without further ado, let's get straight into all this. Alright, I didn't film too much of this because I thought it was going to take ages, and it did take ages. Most of the day fitting this new panel up front, so it's been riveted in at the bottom. So this panel will be permanent, and then I riv knotted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 all around. So then the top shell can come off. Next job is to put 2 access ports here and here for the plus and negative, so they can be taken on and off whenever I'm undoing the main cables, and a port here for the BMS. Here we are. Pack is pretty much all sealed up apart from the front. I ran a seal all around the inside of it, some self-adhesive kind of rubber strip all around. We sort of will take it all around the side, inside, and then it's all fixed with bolts. There's 2 on either end, or actually 2, 3 on either end, and there's 4 at the back, and then you have 4 along the front. I've used some of that EVA foam to seal underneath these points with a liberal dose of the that bonding material as well, filling some of the gaps around here. This will be at the back of the car, so it's not really going to get any full force of any rain or anything. So what's left then is I've got the ports, 2 ports here, so when we run the high voltage cabling in, you can take that off, attach it to the negative or positive, and then put those back on. And then we've got left here is some we can plug into that, and we can read the state of charge and all that other goodness, health and all that. And then they are the BMS connectors, which are going to connect up to the front packs. So time has come to fit it into the car somehow. There we go. That's the old side. There's the other. Okay, yeah, that's it. Final resting place. There it is. Now, what we did do, just to give us that extra bit of wiggle room, was where's your light? We cut that bit out so we could get this up just that little bit more. And Mr. Engineer had said, yeah, I can do that once I just patch back in to seal it up. It's good. So that's now sitting, touching on that main beam. So there's one mounting point, same on the other side, and then mounting points to the back. So it's a case of strap Boop, boop, boop. And the other side. It's next on the to-do list. A day of cleaning, gooing, filling, wiring, a lot. But it's, cutting, welding. But it's in now. It is in place. I went down and got some, it's 40 by 3 metal there. What I plan to do here is, on the gaps, I'll put in some sort of very firm rubber in here to take some shock out of the arrangement. So that's one side. Yep. There you go, we'll spin around to the other side. There you go. In there. Spin around. This has been my day, basically. Yeah. Spinning around. Mounting point there. Mounting point in there. So that's it. There's only one thing left to do. Drop that jack. All by herself. Rock solid. You can see sits nicely. Just right. And then all I have to do is figure out what to do here. So that'll be tomorrow's job. It's beer time. I'm just triple checking everything because when I was just looking at this, I think I actually can't remember if I changed the taps around. I don't have anything noted. I can't find any video. So what I'm doing is I've gone through and I've just taken a note of doing a continuity test on what's what. Note it all down in the pins. So I'm double checking it against the pinouts plus my sketches. And then that led me on to go, right, I'm going to double check this because I'm reorientated. I think I spent more time doing this than I did on the other one. So I'm doing a lot of head scratching and cups of tea drinking, just to double check that everything's okay. Come back to me in an hour or two, and I might have a smiley face. Whoa, whoa! What the? Huh? Hello, people. Yeah, had to come out again. I was going through the sequence of wiring everything up and I was trying to figure out the last few glitches in the mini pack, and I realised these things weren't exactly right. As in, part of it, the polarities were mixed up. And I could have taken the easy route and chopped them up again to make them work. But I would have then lost the story, the whatever you want to call it, of how they're put together in the first place. Because once I start mashing them up, I've completely lost it. Like, of if I needed to go back and reverse engineer and figure out what how the arrangement was originally and where it came from. If I start throwing another curveball, I would be completely lost. I spent the last while trying to figure out the pinouts and all that as well, but BMS aside, I want to get the polarities right and make sure everything's right as it was in the old pack. Yeah, so I've taken it out again. Had a cup of tea, thought about it, went, let's just take it out. Move one cell to the end, reverse them around, yeah, all that stuff. Yeah, so come back to us later when we'll have it back in the car again. Alrighty, I managed to figure things out. First things first, yeah, I took this out and got the polarity right, which matched the layout of this. It's done. I could have messed around with this, would have been messy. It was actually far quicker to whip the whole thing out, swap one module from one end to the other, change the polarity, everything matches now. Second thing was I knew that I think I'd set this up wrong. So come right here. When I had set this up, this is the first one I did. Basically, if you can imagine, this 6 here sat over here, so it went, the plus came in here, went 1, positive, negative, then would have went out into positive, negative, and down, and there, and then would have come out this way, and then out into the rest of the pack. So I rearranged it like this. I literally took it from this side and up there. So that's fine. You still have your continuity going through. But what I didn't do was I didn't change the BMS layout. So basically it's going on the pinout. I looked through all the pinouts and everything and all that. So what's going is it should be going pin 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 kind of thing. But at the moment it's going 11, 12, 13, 28, 26. So basically these two here need to be up here and vice versa. They need to be down there. So that's kind of the last thing that needs to be done. I'm glad I sorted it out because I would have had an amount of doubt in my head. And if you get the polarity wrong on any of these, then you can blow one of the microcontrollers, whatever they are, the chips in the BMS. And that's a batch of cells that you won't be able to read. So I've got the polarity right on the board, and now I've got the BMS. I'm going to change those around, and then it'll be good. And that is, as they say, is beer time. Done. Happy out. So done. We've got proper, everything's ready to go. That's your negative, that's your positive, that's your negative. See, I can't even speak properly. It's been such a day. But it's all back in. Couple of little changes needs to be done, such as the actual negative is going to actually come from here now. The positive is going to go down there. That negative is going to go back up there. And we'll do that on Monday. Now, I'm signing off. So, a bit of toying around here. Wanted to get the top of the main box finished, so I'm playing around making a top. Very tight. It was a bit tight in places, and what I've done is I've just gone the way of just folding them into the corners like this, and I can just run up then up to next door and just literally get them kind of migged, whatever. Just a lot tidier, makes it a lot nice and snug. I'll do is as well then, I'll just put a layer of that EVA foam here, and it just go down on top. There's nothing going to be, no chance of anything small arcing or anything on top of this, make it a bit safer. But here, so I've reused all the old plastic coverings from the old leaf pack anyway. I've yet to put down all the bus bars yet, but we know from previously looking at the last video, all the BMS is sorted out. That's down like that. That's the other, that's for going to the backpack. We've got the 2 terminals here, which again, nothing's connected up yet, so there's not going to be no arcing or anything like that, but just to be sure, I'll put the plastic caps on the top there. Here like that, and so that's back right. That the next sort of step is to figure out how this is all going to what's going to come out where. I've got all these little fixtures, you know, the little fasteners, so they can just basically click everything down, so it'll be quick release, like 1, 2, 3, 4 down, keep the pressure down on that, with the EVA foam keeping the seal as well all around the edge. So that's the plan. Trying to come up with a few solutions here for getting everything out. I think what I may do is see the 2 poles here, they have them running down to a point here, an access point here, where then the 2 of them come out. So I think that's the negative. Yeah, that's the negative, which is going to be running over here, and then the positive, which is going to be running over to the box here. So we'll play around with some ideas and see what we can come up with. Number 2. The bit, you know, trying to fold awkward corners, it's not great, but again, I've got the shape ready, so when time comes, get a bit of the aluminium welding done to tidy up those, but fits like a glove. See around the front there, but you know, we can tidy it up at a later stage. There we go, 2 new clasps, clip, clip. Show you what we got done today. Now we have 2 fully, can you see down there? We have 2 nicely sealed up boxes. Last thing to do in this box is to do the ports where the positive and negative is going to come out, but what I have back here, I'll show you in a minute, will be a port where the BMS stuff will come in and out. So for now, we've got all these nice patches done for them, get in accessible places where you can get everything. So that's that off. And then this one, just got 1 front and rear on this. It's nice and tight. Okay, so coming down here. Of course, we've done nothing else here today. We've just put in a port down here to get the extra BMS stuff in and out, and then we'll put some sort of gland in there. But that's okay. I've got the positive here, which is going all the way back to the main pack at the back. That's connected up now. I'll show you in a minute. This is going to be the negative, which will go over here somehow again. The positive will go into the negative down the bottom there. The positive here then comes back here, comes into the disconnect, and goes back in and onto the negative side of the pack. And then this here is the positive side, which goes back up into the junction box. See down here, I was able to get everything in there easy. Took off that panel, connected it up. Same on this side. So that's all done actually reused this fella here, so I've yet to figure out what I'm going to do, how I'm going to patch this all back up. But for now, it's just getting things connected up. Yeah, the service plug is disconnected. I'm just going to show you here when I connect it. So at the moment, you're seeing what he's seeing, not a lot. You're seeing, so you'll just see that come up to 188 when I put the service plug in. There you go. So that's us. That's the rear pack now up to the front. Yeah. So what's next, you ask? What's next is I'll switch this thing off because it beeps a lot. Aldi cheapo, but it works. What we're gonna do is let's put that back there. What I'm going to do is put the top back on. So you've got that insulated underneath. Forms a nice seal. What I gotta do now is the negative to the positive here and the positive to the negative there. So that there, this here. So the 2 points are there. It's how do we get them out? Because it's all, I want to just make a nice tidy weather tight seal, so whether I bring them both into the center here and run them out, I probably may actually do that. It's just about with this, the amount of turns. I don't want it going up and down and around. If I can get it doing something like that straight onto the terminal, that'd be great. Yeah, so that's the next thing. Basically it's 2 more high voltage cables left to go, and then we're all hooked up. Then we can just light her up and see if the wheels turn. Everything's happy. But yeah, I've had this out a couple of times. Well, not a couple of times, just one last time this morning, just to take it out so I could get access to that port there and just redo a few of the connectors. But yeah, it's looking good. Just one of my little brain farts today. I was making up this thing for getting the cables in and out, so kind of sit like that on the top, you know, like that. I was about to start drilling, went, hang on a minute, make this look a bit sexier. So did this, and we do that. Looks kind of nicer, doesn't it? At the bottom, into either side where the poles are. So yeah, I averted a disaster. So there we go. It's fine. A bit more sealing needs in places. Got a new bus bars ready to go here to finally get this tidied up and connected up. Let's get that done. Do a quick check here. So 156.5. This is tedious. Come on. It's like I've got 22 to do on this end, 22 on the other end. That's just for one run. And the other one, I think it's 24. That's everything connected up. I have the two in there. It's not as I want it to be because I'm using the that 50 square welding cable, which isn't screened, but which is kind of you need it to prevent any sort of interference, as the current draw increases, creates sort of interference issues around the inverter and all that. But so what you have here is the positive coming from the battery pack underneath. It's not screened, but this one here, going past the inverter, the main brains of it, is that was reclaimed from the leaf flume. So that's all screened there, that's screened back there. So what I do is I need to order some. So I was very kindly offered some 70, but it's too thick for. It's brilliant. It's absolutely bang on for what you need. That's the thing you need. So you have the screening there, the main core of it, screen. But yeah, I couldn't make it fit. So I need to stick with 50 and see if I can get them screens up 50. So that then comes in and feeds into the bottom there. That's connected up. I just connected up the BMS cables there, so that's half of it done. I still have to do the other one over here. Do that tomorrow. I have the positive and negative connected there. The rear is all connected up. So all that's left to do is put in the safety disconnect. That's the whole pack live now. So if we go back up to the junction box, so you guys keep an eye on that. 375, 76. That's pretty much it. First test since the last test. Just gonna go around, put in the service plug, jump back in, turn the key, see what happens. Okay, so nothing happened there. No clicks, there's no anything. No clicky doos. I didn't have the switched live thingy on there. Okay, take two. Okay, so that was 3 clicks. Success! That made all the right noises, so I'm too excited, so I'm going to drop it down on its wheel and go for a spin. Point it. Go on the other side. Okay. Okay, so ready?
Yeah.
Hang on. You just push my under that mirror out there. So far so good. What do you think?
Good.
Okay, the only thing I haven't done is I haven't connected the power steering, so the steering's a bit heavy. Okay, this is the time when, yeah, it couldn't really take. Baby.
Yay!
It works! This is brilliant.
It's going on.
Oh, heavy steering because. Whoops. Oh, I know what that was. That clunk, just in case you're worried, was the suspension. Was the suspension just it lips. Thanks, Graves. Good. Brilliant. You can actually give it welly now. Well, I was only pressing the pedal that much. But yeah, I think I need to connect up the power steering and power brakes because it's very little brakes. Yeah, so there you go. Second successful drive. It's brilliant being able to finally give the welly and it takes off. Sorry I had to cut that last piece short. Lots of little people started being very demanding and wanting stuff, so had to go. And so yeah, it's fantastic. It's responsive. The throttle response is just right. I'd like to be able to take it on the road, just to hear the noises and everything, rather than the gravel masks a lot of stuff. Since the gearbox is much quieter now since I filled the oil up, even spinning it here in idle, it's stationary. It's brilliant. But what happened actually after, subsequently, when it came in here the next day, I did a bit of maneuver, switched it off, switched it back on again, and there was nothing. Main contactor wasn't engaging at all. And it took me a couple of days because I was doing other things as well. I was doing the BMS work and all that. But that last night I figured out that somewhere between, this has used the old ECU wiring from there to there, and for whatever reason the output 2, which goes into that wiring into there, which triggers the contactor, it just expired, I guess. There's no fuse in the line or anything, where it should be. It triggers 12 volts here. It should be seeing it there. I was only seeing 0.5 volts in there, and I don't know what happened. No idea. So I just switched to another plug for the airflow meter or something, and back to here, and everything's great. Last night, perfect. So I'll wrap it up because there's lots more to come in the next one. It's all video backing up this boring stuff. So thanks for watching, and please like, share, subscribe, share it with your grandmother. She'd love it. So yeah, it's been brilliant. It's been really good progress the last week, thanks to unemployment. And so we'll see you at the next one, when we will have a bit more of a tidier car, maybe a road test. Thanks.